Now listen, everybody. We are experiencing some kind of disaster.
No, it's the end of days. Oh my God.
Something in the mist! Shut the doors! Shut the doors!
I don't know whether it's man-made or natural, but I do know that it's definitely not supernatural.
Let's just say that every time that I drive through like a fog or a mist, yeah, I think to myself, this is where I'm gonna die here. Thanks to this movie. So, The Mist. This movie is based on Stephen King's novella of the same name, and this is directed by Frank Darabont, who did. This is his third Stephen King adaptation. He did Shawshank Redemption. He did The Green Mile, and this one, where with like Shawshank, it's more like dramatic, and Green Mile, while has like some horror elements in there, it's just sad. Like that movie, every time I watch it, I just like, nope, I can't hold it. I can't hold it back. It makes me just go like, yeah, Michael Clark Duncan. I miss that guy. But this one is more a horror movie. Now, the premise of this one is a father and his son go to their local supermarket in like a small town. And kind of like everybody knows each other, almost at like one of those small towns. And then this like mysterious mist comes in out of nowhere, and they realize that there are monsters and creatures inside of the mist, and they're basically blockaded inside this little supermarket. But they soon realize, like, oh, the dangers that are outside, it's actually dangerous in here as well. When sooner or later the whole supermarket becomes a riot. So this is one of those movies where it takes the, like, yeah, there's something outside, and yeah, there's something deadly and crazy outside, but the real horror is inside. It's like one of those like movies where it's like, like a group of, it could be a group of like a family inside of their home, and something gets in, and then the family just starts turning on each other. Or even like those little ideas where once they're said, once they're implied, then everybody just starts freaking out. This is kind of that. It's half that, half like pretty much creature features, and I personally think it works. I know some people said that they didn't like it. There's parts in it that are different, and I'll talk about that later. But yeah, they're just kind of like, I don't really care for it. Now, the father is Thomas Jane, who just watched a movie on Netflix called 1922. He's really good in that. He's a pretty underrated actor, but you also have like Andre Braugher, who is just a great actor. The little I've seen of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, he's pretty funny in that. But personally, it was Glory that I recognized him in, and I was just like, yeah, this guy's just a terrific actor. You also have like Marcia Harden, who just is a super religious lady who sees the like all the chaos that's going outside as the apocalypse, and is pretty much the reason that the store goes into a frenzy and almost a riot. And yeah, it's it, just I'll just say this: she's just nuts. And but she gives a like really great performance, because you're like, I hate you so much, but that means you're doing your job like really well. And I believe she won an award for this movie. I don't know. It was either she won or she was nominated for something. But also the some of the creatures that are in this, just, oh man, like you have a tentacle type creature, but one that just involves spiders. And if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just like, oh, that's just gross. So it's a very unsettling movie. Like it takes breaks between like the paranoia of the supermarket, and then parts where it throws in the creatures, because at the end of it all, it is supposed to be a creature feature, and it does not disappoint with that, and I really liked it. I can see where this movie doesn't work with a lot of people, but you know, it's like I said, it's one of those movies where it's like a whole group of people who know each other. Once like something is making you like secluded from the outside, and then one like little topic gets brought up, it can just go crazy, and it kind of makes you go like, what would you do in that situation? And I would just, I yeah, if they were doing all this stuff, I'd just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna seclude myself away from every one of you. So yeah, but you know, overall, you know, it you know, I liked the acting. I thought it was pretty believable. The horrors of the mist, I thought, were quite creepy and at times pretty gross. But it's not until you get to the end of the film when I'm not going to spoil the end, but let's just say you might either want to get tissues, or you are just going to be just so shocked at what happens, because every time that I watch it, I'm just like, oh man, like every time it's a punch to the gut. It's like one of those things where it's like when you get a Charlie horse. It's like it happens sometimes out of nowhere, and then you're dealing with it, and it's just like ow, 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 all that pain, and then it kind of slowly goes away, but you still feel a little bit of that pain because you just had a Charlie's horse. That's pretty much this, where you're just like, whoa, that just happened, and then it then adds on top of that, and it's like, oh my god, that's just depressing. And then it ends that way. And something else is that the ending in the movie is a different ending from the King's novella. And even King said, like, man, if I came up with that ending, that would have been the end. Like, he was pretty much like kicking himself, going like, why didn't I think of that? So it's pretty, it's quite depressing. And it's just like, oh my god. It's like, you're just going to end that way? Wow. Thanks, movie. I have not watched the Mist short run TV show they did. I heard it was good, but it ran for I think one season before it got canceled. Yeah, I just didn't see it. I know Frank Darabont went on to, I think he was showrunner or like executive producer of The Walking Dead, which, you know, they're just gonna do spin-off after spin-off of that show, even though the main show has already ended. they'll just keep doing spin-offs. They'll keep milking that series. But besides the point, I enjoy this movie. It's scary, it's creepy, it's gross, and depressing at the same time. And I give it a grade. You know, it's not quite amazing, but it is a very solid grade. And yeah, every time when I just see a mist, I'm just like, I'm just gonna go far away from that because I'm just, you know, just not ready and not gonna take it. So, you know, whatever.
Nobody else heard that sound?
What sound?
I don't know. Like something was like pressing against the door.
But the only way we're gonna help ourselves is to seek rescue. We're going out.
You tie this around your waist.
Or four.
It'll let us know you got at least 300 feet.
There's nothing out there. Nothing in the mist.
What if you're wrong?